Just follow up. I mean, there's a certain irony here that the drawdown was for 2,500 troops, and you're sending in an additional 3,000 to get out civilians, and ramping it up super quick. And on top of that, another 3,500 in Kuwait. I mean, what is the irony here for people who might be asking, literally, isn't this ironic that in order to get out the 2,500, you're having to ramp up significantly?
No, I don't see. I don't share your view of the irony, Louis. This is a very temporary mission for a very specific purpose. That's a big difference than saying you're deploying for 8, 9, 12 months, forces to stabilize and secure Afghanistan, which we've been doing for the last 20 years. This is a very narrowly defined, very temporary mission.
Last one. So once this very narrowly defined mission is over, there are only going to be 650 troops to protect the airport and the embassy staff?
Once this mission is over, I won't get into specific numbers here, but we anticipate having less than 1,000 U.S. troops on the ground to support the diplomatic presence in Kabul, which we all agree we still want to be able to have.
And I defer to my colleague, who's been very gracious.
After 3 questions.
Yes, thank you.
Warren?
Are you considering the need for even more troops if the situation continues to deteriorate? And to follow up on David's question, if there wasn't one event that led to this, what changed in the last 24 to 48 hours that's led to what appears to be an incredible acceleration of the plans to get out those the U.S. needs to get out?
To your first question, no. I think we laid out pretty clearly that 3 infantry battalions on the way now, and a brigade combat team being brought over into the region as a reserve. So there's no plans right now for additional forces. And I can only say what I said before to David. I mean, there wasn't one precipitating event in the last couple of days that led the president and the secretary to make this decision. It's a confluence of events, and as I've been saying for several weeks, we have been watching very closely with concern the security situation on the ground, and far better to be prudent about it and be responsible in watching the trends to make the best decisions you can for safety and security of our people than to wait until it's too late. So we believe that this is not only the right thing to do, but that it's the right time to do it.
At what point is the fall of Kabul inevitable?
I wouldn't speculate, or I'm not going to speculate about hypothetical situations in the future, and I'm certainly not going to get into intelligence assessments from the
But
podium.
really, you think it's close if you're evacuating all these Americans?
I'm not going to speculate about the future of Kabul, Lucas, and I'm certainly not going to talk about intelligence assessments. We believe that this is the right thing to do, and this is the right time to do it. And as my State Department colleague said earlier today, there is still a diplomatic presence in Kabul, and the intention is to maintain a diplomatic presence in Kabul.
So if the Pentagon isn't talking